Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane tracking that incoming system in our Pinpoint Weather Center. What are we looking at in terms of timing?
We're looking at, well, another round of storms again tomorrow. And tomorrow, those storms could end up being a little more intense, too, talking about the slightly higher risk of getting some of the damaging wind gusts and maybe some hail out of those as well. Like some of you even saw late yesterday evening, especially Iredell County, Alexander County, northern Rowan County, with the storm that was pushing through about 10 o'clock or so, and even around 9 o'clock, even before then last night. But here today, it is drier so far as expected, not quite as stormy. We do have a couple of little isolated storms and strips of heavy rain getting going now up toward the higher elevations. Notice the mountains of Caldwell County and right along the county line up into Watauga County, seeing some of that heavier rain that's recently developed. We have a little bit of patchy rain down there to the southwest of Morganton as well. Not much more so far. A lot of the more widespread coverage of the scattered strong to severe storms will stay up to our north and west today, but that is expected to change by the end of the day tomorrow. It could turn a little stormy again. And also the difference from late last night, where maybe some of you woke up hearing some of that heavy rain or thunder or seeing some of the flashes of lightning outside your window. It was like a strobe light or something. We're not expecting as many of those, as much rain going into this overnight coming up. Notice future radar not really picking up on a whole lot, maybe an isolated stray hit or miss shower or thunderstorm. That is about it. But we could be waking up to a little more of that lighter rain and more clouds again early tomorrow morning. So temperatures today responding to the extra sunshine. We're running about 5 to 15 degrees on the hotter side, heating back up into the 80s. We've got 83 right now in the Queen City with a light and variable wind, and those dew points are just as humid as yesterday, sitting in the mid and upper 60s. We're closer to 90 out there in Chesterfield County. We've got the mid 70s up in the mountains and some lower 80s from the Queen City on up into the foothills. About 86, a little bit hotter for you all in Morganton. We're down to 68 tonight, still with a shower possible, lingering clouds too. And then, as I said, watching for more scattered storm development by tomorrow afternoon. That hot high temperature, though, out ahead of any cooling rain, expected to be right around 90. If we reach 90 at Charlotte, that would be the first official 90-degree day of the year. As I said, the severe risk is a little bit higher for tomorrow. Notice how that yellow area drops into our portion of the Carolinas. Damaging wind gusts and even some larger sized hail will be the two main threats. That's why we're calling it a pinpoint weather alert day. Just one of those weather days where you need to stay extra weather aware for any possible warnings, especially going into the afternoon. But here we are tomorrow afternoon, 1:15 or so, expecting the majority of the scattered showers and storms up the mountains. And then by mid to late afternoon, some of those dropping in through the Charlotte metro and sliding off to the east. But then as our next front approaches from the west, we could see more coverage, more widespread coverage of the heavy rain and stormy weather overnight and early Thursday morning, while Thursday afternoon is now looking perhaps a little bit drier. So the 7-day forecast shows, again, pinpoint weather alert day for tomorrow with that chance of severe weather. Notice what happens after we get rid of the higher storm chances later in the week. Behind a front, temperatures get cooler and less humid heading into Mother's Day weekend.